By the expenditure minimization condition, suppose we have a given objective function and the objective now of our consumer is to minimize, let's say I is equals to 4x plus y. Then the constraint, and it is subject to this one. Step 1, we're going to set up a Lagrangian equation. This is L is equals to, don't forget that ang mauna ay yung ating objective function, which is 4x plus y plus lambda multiplied to our constraint, and this will become 200 minus x raised to 0.5 y raised to 0.5. Ganyan. For our next step, do the FOCs. We have 3 FOCs because we have 3 variables that we need to consider. First, FOC, we have partial derivative of L with respect to x. You need to concentrate to our x here. Then, what is the derivative of this form? And this will become 4. Then, this will not be included. Ito, kung multiply mo ito, at magiging lambda 200 minus lambda x raised to 0.5 y raised to 0.5. Ito, pagdating dito, hindi mo na siya isasali. Tama? Kasi wala naman siyang x dyan. Kaya, subject to x man tayo dito, therefore, ang magiging minus lambda, then our exponent ng x natin, ilagay as our coefficient, then times x raised to 0.5, don't forget to subtract to 1, then copy this, and equals to 0. And this will become 4 minus lambda 0.5x, then 0.5 minus 1, it is negative 0.5 y raised to 0.5, this is equals to 0. For our next FOCs, subject to y, then focus to the y, then hindi na ito isasali, ito magiging 1. Tama? Kasi may 1 na dito, kaya ang kanyang coefficient dito. But since you need to subtract into 1 because of the power rule, then this will become y raised to 0. Pag y raised to 0, this will become 1. So 1 times this, so therefore it is 1. Then ito, wala na ito, then ito magiging minus lambda. Don't forget na meron tayong exponent ng y at ilagay as our coefficient. Then copy the x raised to 0.5 y, then 0.5 minus 0 plus 0. 1 is equal to 0. Then 1 minus this one, 0.5 minus 1, negative 0.5 equals to 0. Then our third FOC, we have subject to lambda. Since ito naman ang ating lambda, ito. Just copy this. Okay, ganyan siya. Then the next procedure is to get the lambda. Take note that our lambda can be found in FOCs 1 and 2. Meron tayong dalawang lambdas. For using the first order condition, then we have 4. Then ito i-transpose ko doon sa right side, so mag-equals to lambda 0.5 x raised to negative 0.5 y raised to 0.5. Tapos para maiwan na ito si lambda sa right side, ang gagawin ko is ito divide it both sides by 0.5 x negative 0.5 y 0.5. Cancel out. Ang maiwan na lang dito sa right side, ito na lang. Para dito sa left side magiging 4 over 0.5 x raised to negative 0.5 y raised to 0.5. Okay. Then yung second lambda, which can be found sa second FOCs, ang gagawin natin is 1 equals to, kasi i-transpose ko to the right side, so magiging lambda times 0.5 x raised to 0.5 y raised to negative 0.5. Then divide both sides by 0.5 x raised to 0.5 y raised to negative 0.5 para ang maiwan sa kabila is si lambda. Then sa left hand side magiging 1 over this okay. So itong dalawang lambdas i-equate natin yan, kaya magiging copy sa left side ito, then sa right side ito, and then cross multiply. Ang maiwan sa kabila is ito, over ito siya, okay. Then 4 equals to 0.5 divided by 0.5, which is 1. Therefore itong x raised to 0.5 ilagay sa baba, kaya ito copy 0.5 para ito ilagay sa baba, ito copy itong nasa baba na negative exponent ilagay sa taas together with the variable y, okay. Then simplify. So 4 is equals to, then add the exponents if we're going to multiply the same variable. So it is y, and also sa baba magiging x. Ito yung sinasabi natin na MRS of x for y. Ito na yung relative price or the slope of the budget line. Gagamitin natin ito para doon sa next step, which is to get the values for x and y. So ito na ang hanapin natin. Ngayon dito, ang madali sa akin na makuha is itong y. 4x is equals to y. So gagamitin ko ito para sa itong step number 4 kasi hindi man nagamit yung FOC number 3. Ito siya. So gagamitin na natin ito siya. Okay. So sa step number 4, ito gamitin na natin yung FOC number 3. Okay. Para makuha yung value ng x and y. Ngayon, itong y is equals to this one. So, you need to substitute itong y maging 4x. And this will become 200 minus x raised to 0.5. So, ang ating y dito is ito, 4x raised to 0.5, which is equals to 0. Okay. Then, what will be the next step? So the next step is we're going to simplify. Okay, and this will become what? 200 minus itong 0.5. Okay, i-distribute natin ito. So magiging 4 raised to 0.5 x raised to 0.5. So magiging, let's say, 4 raised to 0.5 x raised to 0.5. Okay. Ngayon, ito, ang result nito is what? So magiging, ano na siya? 2. Tama? 2, then x raised to 0.5. Okay, itong 2x raised to 0.5, pagdating dito, x raised to 0.5 multiplied by this, so this will result to what? So magiging 2x, then don't forget that you're going to add the exponent, so magiging 1, no? Or 2x is equals to 0. Then transpose this d2x, so magiging 200 is equals to 2x. Therefore, divided both sides by 2. Then x is equals to 100. So ito na yung ating value ng x. Okay. Pagdating kay y, madali na lang pala si y kasi ito naman yung nakuha natin kanina, di ba? Ngayon, may solution na tayo sa x. So, i-substitute na natin siya dito. So, magiging 4 times 100 is equals to x. Y rather, sorry. Y. And this will become 400 is equals to y. So, yan na. Nakuha na natin yung dalawang goals. Ang naiwan na lang na goals natin, which is our next step. Step 5 to get the lambda and yung I asterisk. By the way, ang lambda natin picks up or interpret as what would for every increase of the utility level, what would it be the level of our expenditure. Ang lambda natin, nakuha na natin siya. Ito. Gagamitin natin to. Ito, dalawa, i-replace to x and y. Kasi may nakuha naman natin yung x and y. And make sure na itong lambdas natin pareho yung sagot. Let's say we have 4 over 0.5x raised to negative 0.5 y raised to 0.5 is equals to lambda. So since the value of x now is 100 raised to negative 0.5, then the value of y is 400 0.5 equals to lambda. Then we're going to use the calculator. Is 4 over 0.5 times 100 is to negative 0.5 multiplied by 400 is to 0.5, and this will result to 4. So that is our lambda. Pagdating dito, ito yung second lambda natin, 1 over 0.5 x raised to 0.5 y raised to negative 0.5, ganyan man yan. Then 1 over 0.5, then our x is 100 raised to 0.5, then ating y is 400 raised to negative 0.5 is equals to lambda. Then use the calculator. So we have divided by so 4. Therefore, our lambda is 4. See that we have our lambda, and this is expressed as peso. We have 4 pesos. What does this lambda or 4 pesos mean? This 4 peso is that for every 1 util increase in the consumer's level of utility, therefore his or her expenditure increases by 4 pesos. And the last, we need to get the I asterisk. How much would be the expenditure that the consumer should maximize, or should I say minimize rather? Then since our objective, this one, so gagamitin natin yan, magiging yan. Therefore, we have I asterisk equals to 4. Then our x asterisk is 100 plus our y is 400. Then our expenditure now is 800 pesos. What is the meaning of 800 pesos here? It is the amount of expenditure that the consumer should minimize on goods X and Y. That's all for today.